now, viewers. I'm Shreya Upadhyay. Let's quickly break into a development that is coming in from West Bengal. In a shocking statement, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, while commenting on the Durgapur rape horror, has said that the student was from a private college and private colleges should also take onus. In fact, she's also added that when similar cases happen in other states, they should be condemned. The Chief Minister then says women students shouldn't be allowed to go out at night. Take a listen to the remarks by the West Bengal Chief Minister, who's a woman herself.
There is a private college. The matter nobody is supporting. You tell me, when Odisha, before 3 weeks ago, 3 girls are raped in the sea beach, what action is being taken by the Odisha government? And Bengal, if anything happens on women, we don't allow anything to be considered as a casual case. It's a serious case we consider. And that girl, it is shocking. She was studying in a private medical college. So all the private medical college, whose responsibility? How they came out in the night at 12:30? And it happens in the, so far I know, forest area. And 12:30, I do not know what happened. Investigation is on. I'm shocked to see the incident. But private medical colleges also is to take care for their students. And especially the girl child at night time. They should not be allowed to come out in the outside. They have to protect themselves also. There is a forest area. So whatever I have received the prima facie report, and police is searching all the people, and nobody will be excused. Whoever is guilty, they will be punished strictly. 3 already arrested. Whatever the girls giving the statement, as per her statement, it is already they are arrested. So we will take stringent action. But don't mix up with this affected flood area and all this. When it happens in other states, it is also condemnable.
All right, let me go across to my colleagues Ridhita and Tejashri. First to you, Ridhita, this is appalling to say the least, coming in from a female chief minister to say that girls shouldn't be going out at night. She never has any words for the men, for the boys. She always has some advice for the women, for the girls, right from RG Kaur to now, of course, this unfortunate Durgapur horror.
Absolutely. You see, this is not the first time that Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has made such appalling statements. It has been repetitively. From RG Kaur, we have heard that girls should, rather before that, Park Street, where we had seen that she had called out on the women's clothing, on how they should be appropriately clothing themselves. Then we had seen in RG Kaur in the timetable that she had mentioned for women, then South Calcutta Law College, and now for the Durgapur rape incident, we see again that she is saying that why did the girl come out on 12:30? Not only did she say that, she has asked the security was from the private colleges end, but to remember earlier what we had seen in the 2 colleges, it was government college. She has never raised security questions that time, but now since it is a private college, she has raised security warnings, asking that why were the girls even allowed to go out after 12:30, but during South Calcutta there was no question asked that why did the gates open after a certain time, after 4 p.m. So you see her narratives have been changing according to the directions and the patterns of the incidents that has been unfolding in West Bengal. She has also got a comparison about Orissa and Uttar Pradesh out here, where she has stated that when it only happens to Bengal, it is always questioned and fingers are always pointed towards Bengal, but no steps are taken when it happens to other states. It is moreover that you see that more than protecting her own place, she is busy questioning the other.
Let me go across to TMC's Riju Datta, who's joining me on the phone line at the moment. Riju Datta, why doesn't Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee never have words of advice for the men, for the boys out there? Why is she always preaching to the girls to never go out at night? Why can't the TMC government in West Bengal make sure that women are safe in your state?
Women are safe in the state of West Bengal. In BJP ruled Odisha, in the last 8 days, there have been 7 gang rapes. But it's not time for whataboutery. when the union government stops women journalists like yourself from attending a press conference. We don't need lectures from the BJP on women's freedom and their rights. We have the Trinamool Congress as the highest representation of women in the parliament, in the Vidhan Sabha. So it's little rich coming from the BJP. But let's come back to the heinous crime that has happened in Durgapur. In 48 hours, 3 of the accused have been arrested. The police are using the drones to catch the remaining 2 criminals who have probably fled deep into the jungle. But my biggest question is, and you as a woman journalist will appreciate this, that the only way to stop this kind of heinous crime and these kind of attacks on women throughout the country is to instill fear in the heart of these animals. They are not human beings, these animals who perpetrate this crime. As a result, in the Bengal Vidhan Sabha, Mamata Banerjee passed the Outrage bill, where in case of gang rape, there is life imprisonment, and gang rape and death, there is straight capital punishment and death. We have to instill fear in these animals, irrespective of caste, creed, color or religion. Why is the union government not passing that bill? Why they are not pressurizing the Honorable President to pass the bill? It is for women, not only in Bengal, for the entire country.
Okay, Riju Datta, stay with me. I'm also joined by Kiya Ghosh of the BJP on the phone line with me. Kiya Ghosh, will this instill fear? Will what Riju Datta is saying, that this should instill fear, the passing of stringent laws and the fact that, girls shouldn't be going out at night, will that instill fear in the hearts of the perpetrators?
Firstly, let me respond by saying that Mamata Banerjee and Trinamool, they are trying to hide behind this Aparajita law. They are either oblivious or they're ignorant or they are not educated enough to understand that this Aparajita bill, there's only one provision, that is death penalty, which means if there are not sufficient proof, the perpetrator could get scot-free. Whereas in BNS, there are several provisions. There are provisions of the imprisonment until death. For POCSO, there is rigorous capital punishment, and there are other provisions also. They just want to hide. They just want to camouflage and undermine their inability to restore security for the women of Bengal. Let me state 2-3 examples. This is not only the only case which has happened in Durgapur. A 13-year-old girl was raped by a 61-year-old Dali Mohammed in Jalpaiguri Rajganj. In Anandapur, Kolkata, teenager, she was not teenager, a young lady, she was raped. In Nadial, a differently able woman was raped. In Siliguri, one homemaker, she was raped. In Baruipur, in Purulia, one minor was raped, and Haldia, similar thing, or rape of minor has happened in the last 5 to 6 days. But Trinamool, they are one party that they will send their fact-finding team and others to different states. It has been almost 48 hours, there was no fact-finding team. What is Women's Commission of West Bengal doing?
This woman, so a lot of answers that the TMC government, of course, has to give on these cases happening. Thanks very much to you, as well as to Riju Datta of the Trinamool Congress, who had joined us earlier on the phone line. Viewers, even as this political war of words is going on, listen into West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, who has put the onus on private colleges and also advised girls and women to not go out at night to protect themselves.
There is a private college. The matter nobody is supporting. You tell me, when Odisha, before 3 weeks ago, 3 girls are raped in the sea beach, what action is being taken by the Odisha government? And Bengal, if anything happens on women, we don't allow anything to be considered as a casual case. It's a serious case we consider. And that girl, it is shocking. She was studying in a private medical college. So all the private medical college, whose responsibility? How they came out in the night at 12:30? And it happens in the, so far I know, forest area. And 12:30, I do not know what happened. Investigation is on. I'm shocked to see the incident. But private medical colleges also is to take care for their students. and especially the girl child, at night time, they should not be allowed to come out in the outside. They have to protect themselves also. There is a forest area. So whatever I have received the prima facie report, and police is searching all the people, and nobody will be excused. Whoever is guilty, they will be punished strictly. 3 already arrested. Whatever the girls given the statement, as per her statement, it is already they are arrested. So we will take stringent action. But don't mix up with this affected flood area and all this. When it happens in other states, it is also condemnable.
All right, let me go across to Locket Chatterjee of the BJP joining me on the phone line. Your response to what Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has said. She's put the onus on private colleges, also saying that girls should not be going out at night.
ममता बनर्जी जो बात कर रहे हैं उसमें लग रहा है कि यहाँ पे तालिबानी या पाकिस्तान का सरकार चल रहा है। आज आरजीकर में लास्ट ईयर जो डॉक्टर बेटी का ऐसा मौत हो गया है, उसके बाद फिर से रिपीट हुआ। अगर डॉक्टर बेटी का विचार ठीक ठाक से होता तो अभी रिपीट नहीं होता। और अभी एक महिला मुख्यमंत्री होके आज के डेट में, आज के टाइम में वो बोल रहे हैं कि लड़की लोग, जो लेडी लोग बाहर में मत जाओ। एक डॉक्टर बेटी को बोल रहे हैं आज के टाइम में। तो आप सोचिए फॉरेस्ट में कौन है? फॉरेस्ट है, बोले देयर इज ए फॉरेस्ट में क्या होगा? फॉरेस्ट में तो जानवर रहते हैं। इसके साथ बेटी लोग का क्या लिंक है? क्योंकि ये लोग, ये तृणमूल सरकार पूरा गुंडा मस्तान, सामने वोट है, ये सब लोगों को चोर डकाइत जो लोग हैं यहाँ पे, ये लोगों को लेके चल रहे हैं। ये लोगों को कोई शास्ति नहीं मिलेगा। आप देखिए ना, ये 3-4 लोगों का अरेस्ट हुआ है फॉर आई वॉश, कुछ नहीं होगा। ये लोग तो वोट करेंगे ना, इसलिए एक महिला होके महिला को अपमान कर रहा है। इसका जवाब 2026 में इलेक्शन में टाइम में देंगे और जनता को भी समझ में आ गए है कि महिला ममता जी का कोई ममता नहीं है।
ठीक है। Locket Chatterjee, thanks very much for joining us on Times Now and sharing your views. Of course, viewers, the BJP has been hitting out at Trinamool Congress as well as Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. My colleague Tejashree continues to be with us. Tejashree, even as we speak, there have been protests against the West Bengal Chief Minister as well. The BJP as well as its student wing ABVP has upped the ante against Mamata Banerjee for her remarks and, of course, the kind of incident that has taken place in Durgapur.
Well, absolutely. It is shocking that the women chief minister of West Bengal goes on to say that why did the girls step out in the midnight, number one. She also goes on to compare that if the rape case happens in the state of West Bengal, that is being condemned, then the rape cases happening in any other state in the country should be condemned. What kind of bizarre statement is this when it comes to the morality and in fact when it comes to the sexual harassment or rape cases? In fact, it happens anywhere in the country, east, west, north, south, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from, left, right, anywhere in the country, it has to be condemned. How does it matter? It has happened in any state, but it is the state of West Bengal which in this context has failed to provide law and order, to provide protection to the women over there, and rather than taking the onus, the chief minister puts the onus on the college and the institutions. But again, the point over here is that whose responsibility it is to protect and safeguard the women who go there to study, who go there for work. There are also in fact instances where the government in fact themselves invite the students, the women, for studying themselves, saying that they will be providing utmost safest atmosphere. And when it comes to providing safe atmosphere, the government, the chief minister herself, puts the onus on the institution, on the institution where the girl is studying. And the biggest question over here is that why the morality should only be taught to the girls to not to, step out after midnight. Why not to teach the boys that how you have to behave with the girls, and why not to tighten the security there in the premises?
That's right, Tejashree. I'm going to come back to you. Let me go across on this particular point of preaching to the women and girls. Let me go across to Brinda Adige. She's joining us on the phone line. She's an activist. Brinda Adige, how angry does it make you, the kind of remarks that a woman chief minister has made, asking girls and women to not go out to protect themselves, and she has no words for any man or any boy outside?
I'm outraged. Not simply because she's a woman, but as a chief minister, for her to make such a irresponsible, shameless, horrendous statement is absolutely unacceptable. It is the duty of the state to protect its citizens. What is she doing there? She's the chief minister. And she is supposed to be asking questions of her home department and home minister and the police of West Bengal, what they have been doing or not doing in Durgapur. How dare she make a statement like that, placing the entire onus and responsibility of the rape on the student, on the female student? She must feel very ashamed of this. If not, she has to then come out and say, I'm unworthy of being your chief minister, as I have special rules and special guidelines for men and different for women. She has been elected by both men and women, and it is her job and duty to ensure that all are protected. But making such a statement is not just sexist and misogynistic, also shows how she looks at women per se. Here, when we are talking about 50% or more for women to be represented in both houses of the parliament, to be represented in every level and sphere of our society, she is making such an irresponsible statement.
That's right.
Why she went out in the night? Where were your police? What were they doing at night?
Absolutely.
Have we paid them to go to sleep?
Yeah.
Why are you not pulling up the police and asking, where are you? Why have you not been there?
So instead of preaching, Brinda Adige, perhaps the West Bengal Chief Minister should be looking at the kind of situation that prevails in her own state. Thanks very much for joining us at the moment, Brinda Adige. Shifting our focus